This is Tammy with Elevated Living Today, y'all. And I am back for day number 2 of meditation. We getting our meditation on. Okay, so this is day number 2. I'm gonna wait for people to come in, a few possibly, and y'all. I'm not going to be able to keep getting up. Oh, shucks. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that to y'all when you come back and watch the replay. Sorry. But I need to grab my laptop so when I get back there, I can see what y'all are saying. I'll be right back. Hold the line. Hold the line. Okay, so I'm back and I already have the charger for the laptop in here. So I just gotta fire this baby up. We got anybody in here? Don't forget to give me a like when you come in the room. Give me a like when you come in the room, okay? Let's see. Let's get this fired up. Let me turn on the laptop. Give me a like when you come in the room. We're about to get our meditate on, okay? So, meditate. Don't hate. That's the new slogan. Meditate. Don't hate. Don't worry. Don't hate. Just meditate. Okay? So, y'all, this hair. I love the way it looks, but it's sheer out over the place. There we go. Let's get in here. Let's see. Lord. It's better if I just type then pick. Better if I type rather than just pick. See, it goes a lot faster. And I don't have on any nails, so I can really get my type on, okay? Talk about high typing speed. So, yeah. So I can see when y'all come in the room. Jeff, hey, beautiful, love you. Hi, Jeff. How are you? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Let's see. And I was on Veterans Day, and didn't wish everyone a happy Veterans Day, okay? I said it was 11/11 and Veterans Day. I was more in tune with the 11/11, okay? But happy Veterans Day to you all. Oh, thanks for the like, Jeff. Thank you. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. The likes are very valuable. So here, y'all. So if anyone says anything, I can see it. You looking amazing. Oh my God, I am. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tyler. Hi, Tyler. Happy Wednesday morning. Happy Wednesday morning. Hope you're having an awesome morning. I sure am. I feel absolutely amazing. Amazing, okay? So I feel really, really good. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm gonna try not to be too. Who is this? Somebody says, "Do you believe in the Diddy?" People, I usually don't follow up these stories. I mean, you don't have to watch TV these days, but Um, I would have to do a video specific for that, but I don't watch TV because it's full of programming. That's what I believe. Um, there's just some things I started. That's kind of what I'm going to talk about this morning before I meditate. Um, through life experiences, and you all will get to experience it. When you start to really look at life and evaluate life, you notice that a lot of things are not what they appear to be. A lot of things, a lot of people are just not what they appear to be, or try to deceive you into thinking or making it to be, or them to be. Yeah. You begin to realize that it's just a lot of mask on different department, area, people, organizations, everywhere. These days, if you can find someone being them true self, hold them. Even if I run into someone and I really don't want to say this, but all they do is drink. And I don't say that's them being their true selves, but even in that situation, if I talk to them and what they're saying tends to make sense, I appreciate that more, because there are a lot of people that you talk to, you'd be surprised that you're just being fed whatever you'll accept, okay? Whatever they can feed you and get you to swallow. Here, when you're a kid and mom want to give you some greens or veggies, and you're spoon fed and you taste them, you're like, you just don't like them. They may even be good for you, maybe not. I don't know. But, and you just don't want to eat it. It's just, you spit it out. These days, I don't care what, you just don't eat it. And you still grow up strong and healthy. These days, you just spoon fed whatever from a child. Whatever you feel like. I'm not going to even always say what's best for you, but the programming starts young. So the Diddy thing, I really, this was my first thought when I saw it, was there, when his girlfriend, I don't think she married him, because I was kind of like, I don't know if y'all know Kimora Lee Simmons, but she's a model, and she was married to Russell Simmons, and which is where she got her beginnings in modeling. And I've always been into like modeling, fashion, decorating. That has always been my thing. So I followed them for years, and I always admired Kim Porter, which is Diddy's. She's transitioned now, or deceased, if you understand that terminology. And she was found in the home. When that happened, I figured something wasn't right with that. Did he have anything to do with that? Look, that's when the shenanigans began. But if you watch interviews even before that, you can kind of see where things are leading if you're intuitive. Yeah. If you're intuitive and you watch, and you can see where, I'll just say that much. If you can read between the lines and get what I'm saying, you got it, okay? If you can't, you just can't. But I can see where things started. Sometimes, I don't know, you ruffle the wrong feathers, or you, because Diddy got into the industry at a very young age. And you know, when you're young, you want to exercise your gifts and your talent. You want everybody to know that you're great. And believe it or not, there are a ton of people waiting to take advantage of that. If you don't have the proper covering, it's no telling what channels you have to go through to show your greatness just because you know you have a gift or you feel you have a gift and you want the world to see it. You want to share it with the world. Probably not even with the world when you're a kid. You just want to show it. You want to express your God-given talent, your God-given gifts. And in this society and in this world, people take advantage of that, especially when you're young and you really don't have the proper covering. It's sad, but it's the truth. If people can, most people get per se exploited. Um, um, that's just the side. Some people go through the right channels because they have the proper covering. They have people that they know with the proper status, proper funds, okay, that can do the talking and the walking from them. But when you pretty much per se, depending on what you come from or where you start, you know, what channels you take to get there, it, you know, none of us knows the details because we weren't there. There are some people who know the details, and then there's some people that are intuitive. You know, you can read through the BS per se. Yeah, you can pretty much read through and see through it. But it's so sad that that's just the world we live into. And that's what I kind of wanted to talk about this morning. Um, you know, you're just so, from a child, you're taught to worship, most people are, something, some type of God, some type of higher power, a higher deity, you know, per se, in whatever culture that you pretty much grow up in or you're exposed to. You're getting exposed to some way of being able to spiritually maintain yourself. Most people are. Then you got some people that from a child they have programming into something else. You know, they're programmed um, for a type of field per se, to work in a type of field from when they're young. They're just programmed from day one. We don't want you to have any type of other programming, so we're going to put you into this sheltered environment that only exposes you to this, you know. So there's a lot of people who have the wisdom of how powerful the mind is and how psychology works or how the spirit works, okay? Um, but I know you asked the question. A lot of people ask me this, but to go into just something really simple, when I was young, there all of the things that they claim that Diddy is doing was being done then in that industry. It's so much that's untold. Does he run that industry in the show? No, I think he rubbed the wrong feathers, and if they have the power to take him down, that's just what they're gonna do. That's what they do. And they always, just like they did with most leaders, they always come and present them to us, starting with Jesus. Probably with some more before Jesus. We just don't have the documentation. But anybody who reaches a certain plateau in this world, once you reach that certain plateau, there is some type of forces that comes up against persons. If you reach there, you'll get there publicly, and you're not following whatever you're told to do, okay, by higher powers, then the same what happened to you. But we have so much input because our voices are not as big and as influential as others, okay? But um, I believe that once you're not, once you reach a certain status as far as being an influencer, whether it's being a celebrity, now you have social media influencers. If you are ruffling the wrong feathers per se, you know, it could be the end of you in so many ways, because there are higher powers that have the power. All they have to do is look at a person and nod their head, or do this, or, you know, just a little movement, and people around, they can just do it, and you'll know an execution of some type of order has gone through to be completed, and it starts in it until it's finished. But that's just the society we live into. And getting back to the Diddy situation, I'm not going to say he's done everything perfect as reaching his plateau, but I saw the shenanigans begin even before the Kim Porter, the one he was seeing. If you go back and watch some of the interviews before that, because I follow not so much as Diddy, but I followed Kimora and Kim, and they're kind of attached. When you follow them, you kind of get to see the shenanigans, whether he has something to do with that or not. I'm sure once you reach that level, there's some dirt they have on everyone. I mean, because especially no one's perfect. And it's so easy to set a person up. All you have to do is figure out what they like, and that's not hard to figure out. If you study them, you can even have a person, if you have enough money, you can even have someone assigned to them. People pretty much do anything for money. You can think you found your greatest lover and never know they're just being paid to be there for probably for a lifetime. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know a thing. That's just how things work in this world. So, yeah. So it's best to, that's why I always say pray, meditate. Pray, meditate, get into the presence of the divine most high, so that you can get those downloads and impartations that you need, because you're going to need that. And the first thought that I thought of is that the things that he says he's doing, in my time, there was a Hugh Hefner. And I'm like, he had this Playboy mansion. Don't you know there was all kinds of stuff going on in there, and he has never been bought up on anything? That kind of was my first thought. So you know that I don't know what happened with him. Has he done everything straight by the books? No, but most women, most of us women out here go through life and situations. We'll be, you can, I'm say we because I'm a woman. You can be in a relationship with someone, and it can be physically or verbally abusive, or it can be wonderful and great. But if it turns out not to be not so great, you decide to stay there. It could be children involved, or it can be your livelihood. Is that where you getting your shelter from, your food from? And when they get in entanglement with these celebrities, they want the fame, they want the fortune. They don't want to suffer, because most of these women can leave these bad relationships and just go live like the everyday women. A lot of us women have struggles from day to day on surviving and making ends meet. But we could choose to stay in abusive relationships, you know, but nobody is worried about your everyday common or poor man per se, if the woman is in that relationship, because he doesn't have anything really that they want to take. He doesn't have really any influence or any money to them that's worth taking, you see. So they don't care about your everyday common woman. So you have to kind of think outside of the box when it comes down to these um, uh, things that go on, because um, this man has children, and to say that he's out every day doing odd things to children, yeah, it could happen, but intuitively, mm, anybody who had any part in that should go down, not just one person. If you listen to this story, anything that's involved in minors that's just not right should be reported. If it takes 30 years to report it, everybody that had a hand in that, just to me. It, so, anyways, be still and get into the presence of the divine most high. Usually I don't watch TV. I try not to watch too much stuff on social media, because a lot of it is just programming. You People don't know what to think until they see it shown somewhere, because they don't take time out to pray and meditate. That's why this morning I'm going to do some meditating. After this, you're welcome to stay. But yeah, I don't follow up a lot of that stuff, because more than likely you can almost rest assured you're not being fed the truth, the full truth. You're being fed enough. Like I was saying, most of our leaders, um, influential leaders, if they don't follow whoever the higher powers are that are over them, they start to execute this plan to bring them down. And the final straw of that plan is to present them like Jesus, um, Martin Luther King Jr., a lot, especially melanated leaders. They'll present them to the people to finish pretty much persecuting them, because people don't know how to think for themselves. They have to have people tell them how to think. You'd be surprised how people are just mere robots. They're just walking around aimlessly, waiting for someone to tell them their next move. Seriously, you would be surprised. And because, too, if you are bold enough to be your true self and to think for yourself, there's a price to pay for that, and no one wants to pay that price. If you start to think for yourself, even in a lot of employment positions, and you start, like, there's some things you really don't really support and go for, and you stand on that truth, you'll lose your job just for having conviction of something not being right. You more than likely will possibly lose your job because you're not following what you're told to do, whether it's something you have a personal conviction for or not. You know, people, that's why a lot of people want to take the belief of a higher power out of individuals, so they won't have a conviction of when they're. That's why I say do all the good that you can to all the people that you can, all the time that you can. That's what this world needs. It needs good people, not religious people or wannabe religious people. You know, just good hearted, kind, loving people. That's what this world needs. Every day, everywhere, in every department, in every industry, everywhere. But there are so many things that are going on behind the scene that you don't know of, that when you're presented something, it's best that you evaluate it. Yeah. It's very best that you evaluate it, because you better believe just what you're being presented is not all there is. So, yeah, that's my take on that. But if somebody says, somebody says free Diddy and R. Kelly. The Diddy party. Not really a Diddy party. I'm just a person who goes for, I believe in just going for what's right. Is he totally right? I don't have all the details. Okay, but I'm just telling you intuitively, it just does not add up. Okay, but as far as um, what is happening, but we'll find out how everything plays out. But that's my part. Is he perfectly everything's been I'm sure not. In most things, people get money or they reach a certain plateau in life. People tend to try to get away with what they can. Some people do. If they feel like they can do certain things and get away with it, they will. But my thing is that I personally believe he's ruffled the wrong feathers, so somewhere. Because there are so many people who are doing worse things and they're just going on with their life as usual. Okay, and people know about it. So, all right, so that's that. How often do you so I'm saying, how often do you trim your nose hairs? I've never had to trim my nose hairs. That is just so funny. Um, Selena girl, good morning, great morning. Thank you all for coming in the room and give me a like when you can. But that was kind of gonna be not that, but I kind of wanted to discuss a topic this morning before I meditate. I shoot for about 15 to 30 minutes of meditation, just being quiet. But that's when I've started to come, I've been a part of many religious organizations. I was even brought up, not really in a religious organization, because my mom wasn't really on going to church, even though we would go sometimes. She taught this. She always said that the church wasn't a building. That was her saying all the time, the church is in your heart. That was her thing. That's what she always said. I used to want to go to the brick and mortar organized religion organizations. I always wanted ever since I was a child. So there were ways that my mom, I would have to act at home in order to go. In order to go, I wanted to go with my cousin because they used to go to, what is it, Vacation Bible School in the summer. And after that was over, they got to go on this trip if they attended and go to like a water park or a theme park. And I wanted to go. And my mom always said, she just wasn't so strong on attending religious organizations. However, my mom was always very strong on the Bible. Not as far as beating you over the head with it. I feel like she's still here. She's very graceful with her mothering. She pretty much pushed a relationship with the Divine Most High, being full of faith, knowing the challenges you would have in this world, knowing her own personal challenges. So one thing I'm grateful for is that I got my introduction to the Divine Most High from my mom and my dad too, because neither one of them were big on attending religious organizations. So I can't say, oh, I was raised up in the church. However, they were biblical based parents or per se. My dad transitioned back in 2006. My mom is still here. So, but she's not operating in her full self per se physically because she's aging. She's gotten older. Yeah, she's an elderly woman. But her gift to me was the start of my spiritual relationship with the Divine Most High, and it was not in a religious setting. So I'm more of an open person, but not to the point where I'm too far to the left. Okay, yeah. So in a way, I do have where I draw my line, but at the same point, I'm not seemingly very religious. Okay. But the thing that I was going to talk about this morning is that, that went a whole, that man, what some people don't want to believe, man does operate as God in the earth. man operates as God in the earth. Okay? And on a conscious level, we all do it not knowing that. You know, once you begin to get this higher understanding of consciousness, of awareness, of who you are, the power that you possess, the influence that you possess, no matter how um, many, minimum your influence is, or you think it is, it's still very powerful in your energy field, okay, in your circle and in your environment. And it starts as a child. That's why, hopefully, when you are starting to be programmed or indoctrinated or taught, that you get enough that helps you to grow and expand in awareness as you should in who you are and an appreciation for yourself and your own gifts and talents. But in your own personal God awareness. That's why I am a person who does biblically believe in the biblical text. I do that, okay? So that we are made in the image of the divine Most High, both male and female. You know, um, we are created in the image of the divine Most High, and I believe that we are gods in the earth. I believe that Jesus was, if you go that route, was an influencer per se as to who we are, came to show us who we are. It says, greater work shall you do. But a lot of us don't do greater works because of the programming. Most people don't believe much, can't really experience the supernatural because they don't believe in it, or the magic per se, as some people say, because they don't believe there is any. They don't believe. Most people, I was telling someone, if somebody gets some bad news, not looking for them to get it, that they may be facing some type of illness or disease or something that's just, not the common. It's usually the idea of getting that information that dwindles them down, because in this society, once you get a hold of that information, no one really believes. Even though they say it, they're praying for you or they're doing this for you, usually you see them, there's a deterioration in their health because they don't know how to stand in believing in miracles, believing in the supernatural. And it's just a natural thing of who you are. They don't believe that there's information out there that could help them get better, could cure what they have, or they could even live a decent life with what they have. But because they get this, there's this programming that after you get that information, it's down here from there. That's usually where people go. And they never experience the power of being able to heal. They never, or being, because people get diagnosed with congestive heart failure. And they live with it 30, 40, 50 years. You get some people, they get that information and they're so fearful and worried, they take themselves out in a short period of time. So it matters how you're taught, how you think, how you believe. What you believe is so powerful. Do you believe in the divine Most High from a personal standpoint, personal experience? Or are you only believing based on what someone tells you and has allowed you to believe? The Divine Most High on. I was telling someone before, love is such a miracle worker. You have to make sure you are in the right environment. If you are suffering or you're going through a trying time in your life, um, and I have been there. Sometimes you go through it periodically in life because life is it's made up of challenges, okay, ups and downs and things. But especially if you are around a person who is around a lot of people and you're suffering, especially financially, and those people around you are doing well, you around the wrong people. Because in the earth, man is God. If you're not abusive, like with your money, just out there spending it on things that does not benefit or contribute to your life, you're not responsible to pay this once it comes into your hands, or you're not responsible to pay that, or put it here or put it there, and you just waste it. That's a different scenario. But if you're a responsible person and you're around successful people and your life is not well, you're around the wrong people. Because man is God in the earth. Man is the only God you're going to see in your lifetime. Trust me. So I know a lot of people will say or beg to differ. Your blessings are more than likely going to come through some individual. It's your information that you need for your life to get better, your health to get better, your mental state to get better, for you to heal spiritually, your soul to heal. Usually that information is going to come through a person. Man, woman is God in the earth. And that's why it's important that you are around the right people. And when you're around these people, what are you talking about? Because usually when you're talking and you're conversing back and forth, you have to realize when you are talking and you're conversating, you're creating. That's why most people, once they reach a certain plateau, you hear rich people say, oh, they don't talk about people, they don't talk about things, they talk about ideas, because they come to knowledge and know that when you're talking and you're conversing, we're creating. So when you're around, you have to be careful that if you're around people and you feel great and wonderful and you're just on this high flying disc, you're feeling really wonderful, you're feeling really great, you're just talking about great things, and then somewhere in the conversation you just dwindle down, you're feeling awful, you're talking down, and pretty much that's where you're going. Either that person is not in a good place themselves, or they want to keep you from elevating in your life, spiritually, physically, mentally, financially. So they want to keep you creating on that level. When you're just having conversations and you're talking to people, be mindful, especially young people. When you're talking and you have these great dreams, what are you talking about? Are you just sitting around gossiping about people? I'm glad that I got that awareness early, that I stopped being around a lot of women, because some women are professional gossipers. You will just think they're talking and very concerned about a person, when all in totality, when you add it all up, all they're doing is gossiping. Some people are professional gossipers, okay? All right, they know how to get information out about other people in seemingly in the light of concerness. They're concerned. Okay, so you, even on your everyday conversation, what are you thinking about? Is more than likely some way going to venture itself out in your speech, and then from there in action. So it's, what are you thinking about, talking about? What do you evaluate what you're doing every day? Because whatever it matters who you are around. When you begin to think you are a God, you have to. People are gods in the earth. You are a God. And the only thing is that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. So there are limitations to what you can do in this body. That's why it's so good to meditate, because your spirit is so big and there is no limitations to the spirit. But however, there are limitations to your per seeming say physical experience. Okay, so people are God in the earth. I don't care how much you pray, beg, and cry. Learn how to meditate, say affirmations, because you are a God and you are transforming your energy, which transform your environment, which begins to transform your world, because you are a powerful creator. And you hear it said all the time. All the time. And that's why the agenda of a lot of people is to keep you busy. Busy, 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 busy. I'm a very busy person. And I know it seems like even in the past year, since I've been doing more, since I've started meditating, there is this, it's like this energy that come up just wants to keep me busy, busy, busy. Because once I have started meditating and stopped doing so much, my life has changed. So, oh my God, it has really changed. But before, when I just used to pray, especially in the way that I was taught to pray, start doing affirmation. It is a form of prayer. It's a different way to pray, and then in that light, you're also programming yourself. When you sit still and you get connected with the Divine Most High, your higher self, you begin to elevate in the way that you think. You begin to elevate in consciousness. And once your mind elevates, your consciousness, you're more aware, it begins to, you'll see your environment and your life begins to change. Everything begins to change. And especially if you're going from one paradigm to another, don't always talk against the, how should I say it, the messiness or the transitions or the elevation. Because going from one paradigm to another, or from one level to another, the shifting, it's not always pretty. It doesn't always look as pretty unless you learn how to be like Clark Kent or Wonder Woman. You go into these secret places and you change really quick and come out and be like, ta-da, But sometimes to some onlookers, that's how it can look. Your transformation, your elevation, in life, it can look that way. You'd be like, wow, look at them. Look at, the growth. I know my sister, y'all will find me going here and there in my talk, but I had a sister that transitioned or deceased, as some of you may know, speak of it, that terminology, or know that terminology. A few months ago, I think it's been about 4 months, 5 months, and one of her sons, the one that's my age, he's a month older than I, he's been a pastor for a long time, but she has another son who started pastoring probably about 12 years ago, and he preached my sister's funeral. And I was just so amazed, because when he first started preaching to the time that he preached her funeral, I was just so amazed at his growth, his level, his how should I say it? There is a scripture in the Bible that says, my sheep know my voice, and they know when they hear it, and they're not going to follow another. That's why it's important to meditate too. Pray and meditate, because then you begin to condition yourself to be able to hear what the Spirit is saying to you, hear what God is saying to you, hearing what the Divine Most High is saying to you. You begin to, without even trying to train yourself, you don't have to go to any special schools or anything for it, any special seminars. If you learn how to sit down and meditate and just be still, you begin to train yourself on how to hear the voice of God, per se, as some people say. You begin to hear, you can hear. So when it says, my sheep know my voice and they won't follow another, that's why when somebody speaks truth, trust me, there are people in their spirit that receives that truth. They know when they're hearing it, because God says his sheep know his voice. They know it. Even when he's speaking through people, they know God is the Spirit of truth. God is the Spirit of love. Love, there is no greater energy, no greater voice on this anywhere greater than love. Pure, unconditional, just pure love. You know, just having that good intention. There isn't any energy in this world greater. And people know when they hear it. And a lot know when they see it, especially when they've taken the time out. There are a lot of people, as they say, my mom used to say, go into their prayer closet. There are a lot of people that are spending time in the Divine Most High's presence that you don't see what they're doing. They're not really going around trying to make it showboated or make it known. But at home, they're spending time in the presence of the Divine Most High. So when they hear that voice, they know. Whether it's coming through a child, an adult, a man, a woman, they just know when they hear it. Okay? They know the Spirit of truth speaks all the time. All the time. And it connects. Truth connects to truth. Okay? So, anyways, y'all, and I just am a believer of that. It's like we are the Divine Most High's hands, feet in this earth. That's why you do all the good that you can, all the time that you can. You put that good energy, good intention, good deeds out into the world, out into the universe. And you have the ability to make this world a better place regardless of what others are doing. No matter what anyone is doing around you, you make a difference, and you make a huge difference. Any good deed, any good thought that you put out into the world, that you put out into the universe, this rippling effect that it has that you can't see. You can't see what it does. This great gesture that you do. Today you go out and you give someone a genuine compliment, or you do a genuine deed, not to be seen, not to be heard by the masses, but it's just you want to put good energy out in the world. Do you know the rippling effect it sends through the universe? Oh my God. That's just how powerful you are. It doesn't matter. Never let this world, this society, social media make you think that you don't matter. You do. You are God in this world. You are God on this earth. You are a God. You are a God on this earth. Man is God. And whether you use your God-given abilities, your God-given talent, your God-given time, your God-given resources, whatever you're going to use them for is up to you. It's up to you what you're going to do, how you're going to execute your day with your talents, your gifts, your abilities, your resources. Is up to you, you know. So you remember that when you look at another person, there's a saying that they used to say when I used to go to church. It say the Jesus in me loves the Jesus in you, but it's the God in me loves the God in you. Or in, is it yoga at the end, they say namaste, you know, the God in me recognizes the God in you and honors that God in you. You know, the higher self, your higher self. You have to know that you are a powerful being. You are a spiritual being having an earthly experience. Man is God in the earth. So you have the power to even make somebody's dreams come true sometimes. You have the power. It's almost Christmas. There's this little child that all they're dreaming of is a bicycle. All they're dreaming of getting, oh, I want this. It doesn't even have to be anything huge. Sometimes kids are just so easy to please. It could be something so simple. All I want is just this great home cooked meal. That could be a child's dream. And you are a God in this earth that can make that dream come true. It could be someone just saying, all I want is somebody to smile at me today. All I want is a hug today. All I want is somebody to sit down and talk to me today. Those are simple desires that people secretly have in their heart and wanting people to fulfill. And you, me, we have the power to do that. Whatever you have, you are God in the earth. And you have the power to go out and execute your purpose in this world with what you have, where you are. You don't have to be a celebrity. You don't have to be this well-known person. Just when you step out of your door, know that you are God in the earth. When you go to work, you are God in the earth. You make a difference. We make a difference. And collectively, when you go out, just know that there are other people thinking that way. I'm going to do all the good I can to all the people I can all the time that I can. And you put that rippling effect out there in the universe. It's powerful. Very powerful. And there's others doing it. So on a collective level, but collectively, can you imagine what that is doing in this world when you think that way? You know, so go out and create and be a great representation of God in the earth. You don't have to be a religious one. You don't have to be anybody's footstool. Don't let people just abuse you and walk over you because you decide to be this person that's going to do all the good that you can all the time that you can. You have to set borders and boundaries for yourself. Yeah, you know, don't go out there and just give everything away and you're left with nothing. That's not even wise. Okay? But be a God in the earth. Be somebody's answer today. Go out and say hello. Give a smile. You know, treat somebody to, can I buy you breakfast? If it's not going to hurt you, you know, I just want to buy you breakfast this morning. Or especially if you know the person is just not wasting their resources, or you know they probably have money to buy their own, but you're like, I want to sit down. Do you mind if I, you want to chat, you want to talk, you know? That's something I do, y'all. Usually people just come up and start talking to me anyway. I don't know. Everywhere I go, people just, somebody's gonna come up and just start talking to me like we're just best buds, okay? Yeah, so anyways, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with let me me see if I got any more. Get some refresh here. Let's see if other people have been. Yeah, we got other. Somebody says blonde wig. Yes, I love it. It's all natural. Nope, not the wig's not natural, but it's all blonde. Are you sure? Let's see. Dark skinned sisters don't what is that? Don't usually go with blonde hair. Dark skins let's say dark skinned sisters don't usually good with I think he meant go. Good with blonde hair or go with blonde hair. I don't know. I know. But my daughter always she's been telling me. I had another one on the other day, a different color. It wasn't as blonde as this one. But I actually like it. I've been wearing this one for 3 days. And I like it. It's different for me. It's outside of my usual box, okay? I know when I was younger, like, I always colored my hair when I was younger. And I was like, people never said anything. You know, I would do different colors. And back then when I was younger, I was like this huge Magic fan because I'm from Orlando. So Orlando Magic was my team, especially when you had Penny Hardaway, y'all know Dwight Howard, all those wonderful ball players, okay? So, if they would make it to the playoffs or the tournaments or whatever, I would put this blue hair. I remember I had on this blue jean outfit I wore to work, and I got my hair done, and like, back then they called them, what do they call them? Oh my God, it was like a updo. And I got streaks of blue in it. Oh, what was it called? I forgot. It's this hairstyle that a lot of black women were wearing. Some still wear it, especially if you see them like in church. It goes back and they put it in a roll here and may have a swoop there. So in the swoop I had blue, and the suede, the swoop to the side here, and it comes over to this like cornrow there. I had blue. My supervisor say, "Oh, you feeling blue today?" But I always colored my hair, and I never went this blonde, but I did auburn a lot. I always colored, or sometimes I even did jet black. I did that a lot, jet black. People thought my hair was that color. But no one ever said anything when I colored my hair when I was younger, or I wore different colors. It was only as I got older when comments started to come, and I'm like, I've been coloring my hair all my life. I've been wearing colors in my hair all my life, but people tend to notice it. I guess, I don't know. Maybe I started being exposed to more people. But I do. I like it. I like it. It's something I'm trying. It's different. My daughter actually, she was like, why don't you try blonde? I don't know. She made one, but I actually like it. So, yeah. I've been having a lot of people, y'all, yeah. I'm like, anyways, a lot of compliments. Anywho, but I love it. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with meditation, y'all. All right. So, Derek Stewart says, hey, pretty, hey. Hey, Derek. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. And y'all, don't forget to give me a thumbs up before you leave the room, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my meditation. I kind of just run my mouth this morning, all right? But that was something that I've been thinking about. You just taught that God is, we have the God of the universe, but you are God. We are gods. We are gods in this earth, and you have the power to make this world a better place. Okay? Your life better, and others as well. You have the power to make this world a better place, no matter where you are. Okay? So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I don't have my timer per se, but I'm gonna go ahead. I usually go back there and give myself a little more back support, but you know, right here is good. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and meditate because I gotta get to work. I need to get started by 9 o'clock, but 9:30, 10 o'clock is good too today. All right. So I I'm gonna try not to talk about baskets when I'm doing meditation, y'all. When I'm on here for meditation, I'm gonna try to leave it just for that. I gotta separate the two, okay? So usually I get on here and start talking basket stuff. I'm not gonna do that anymore, okay? I'm not gonna mix and match them. All right, so I'm gonna keep them separate because my name is Tammy and I'm also a spiritual and self-care life coach. Okay, so and I also love designing, decorating. You know, I love that. I have ever since I was young. Okay, my mom be like, "What are you doing now?" I was always cleaning up, decorating, moving furniture around, and she was kind of into it too, so she didn't have a problem with it. She was into purchasing nice things, and at that time when I was young, she was the one with the money. And I was the one with the desire to do things with it, okay? Once she purchased the items, and she really had a nice eye for usually she ended up with, sometimes she would end up with valuable antiques. So she had a nice eye for things. All right. So, anyways, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get into meditation. If you're here for it, let's do this. And if not, I'll see y'all later. Until next time. So, you want to make sure your torso area is straight. Don't be all humped over and stuff. Sit up straight. Okay? Yeah. Sit up straight. Like a soldier. Whether you're a girl or a guy. Okay? Alrighty. Sit up straight. And pull your shoulders back a little bit. You know, you don't want to be walking around like this, which I do. I just, my posture is out of sight. All right, y'all. Always have been. All right. And we focus on the breath, taking a deep breath in through the nose, slowly out through the mouth. You want to keep your focus on that no matter what I am saying or you're doing in meditation. Always focus on your breath. The breath is very powerful. It's powerful. Whether it's in this realm, because it's spirit, all right? It's very powerful. Whether it's in this realm or it transfers or transitions to the next realm, okay? All right, the breath is very powerful. Be in tune with the breath. And after a few minutes, you begin to feel yourself get relaxed. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, slowly out through the mouth. And remember to relax your shoulders, unclench your jaws. You can to stretch your face a little bit, soften your forehead, and just get relaxed and focus on your breath, okay? Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Slowly out. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Slowly out through the mouth. after about 3 minutes, if you're a person who are using your meditation time to create in your imagination, you'll begin to enter the theater of your mind and look upon the stage of your imagination as the late Reverend Knight would say. After about 3 to 4 minutes, you begin to feel your body get into a more meditative state, and you can begin to say your affirmations. I am, I am divinely protected. I am divinely guided. And I am divinely provided for. I feel safe. Know that you have angels encamped all around you, and you're safe, you're protected, and you're divinely guided, and you are divinely provided for. So we let go of what no longer serves us. We let go of doubt, unbelief. We let go of sabotaging actions. And we take in all of the good that we desire. Take in joy. We allow in peace. We allow in guidance. We allow in provision, resources. We allow in love, peace, joy. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, slowly out through the mouth. Keeping the focus on the breath. I am creative. I am a powerful creator. Ideas flow to me easily. I am open to receive new, fresh, and innovative ideas. I am creative. I feel creative. My gifts, my talents and abilities always make room for me. I'm able to show up in the world as I am, show up in places as I am, as a powerful creator, and exercising my gifts, my talents, and my abilities. Just like water flows and it takes form to whatever container it houses, so am I easily and able to adjust in whatever environment and in whatever circumstance and still thrive. I am a powerful creator. I feel creative. I feel powerful. The energy that creates worlds flows through me. There's me, speaks through me. I am strong. I am secure. I am valuable. I am valued. I am enough. I am more than enough. I am strong. I am confident. I love the skin that I am in. I have purpose, and I live on purpose. I feel valuable. I feel beautiful. I feel strong. I feel confident. And I feel valued. I am more than a conqueror. I am that I am. Take me deeper, deeper to know. Slowly out the mouth. essence of my being is love. I am love. I move in love. I speak in love. I talk in love. I give in love. I live in love. And I am love. And I set healthy boundaries in my life because I am love. Not allowing myself to be a pushover or a footstool. Love is the most powerful energy in the universe. And it's the essence of my being. And speak my truth. Unapologetically speak my truth, live my truth. And I know who I am. I know whose I am. And therefore I'm just not afraid to just be who I am, who I was made to be. Free to live, free to dream, free to be. I have the mind of Christ to do the will of the Father. I know, I see, I have spiritual insight into situations, places, and even people. I am intuitive. I have a high spirit of discernment because I and my Father are one. Wiggling the fingers and the toes. We're going to come out of meditation. And I want to thank you all for joining me this morning. Thank you for all of the likes. Thank you all for taking time out to stop in and say hello. It is much appreciated. So I am gonna go ahead. It is now 8:41. My plan is to start work at 9 o'clock. 9:30 is okay too. But I am dressed and ready. So I am gonna go ahead and start work. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you so much. Thank y'all. I love you. And remember just to be good to yourselves, y'all. And take care of yourselves, all right? To love, 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 love on you. Okay? And if you are not good to you, don't expect anybody else to be any better to you than you are to yourself. Okay? And take the time out to get into the presence of the Divine Most High so that you can get those impartations and downloads that you need that are specific just for you, tailor-made just for you, okay? So that you and I can experience a more elevated living today, today. Today. Hey. I love y'all. Peace and beautiful blessings. Until the next live or the next video. Later, y'all. Don't forget to turn on your notifications so you'll be notified when I'm live. Love y'all. Bye.